holding them. We got them.
It was all just too much. What we were watching couldn't be real. Our minds, our souls refused to believe it. The enormity of it all. The shock soon turning to sorrow. As we realized so many people would not be going home to their loved ones that night. The grief was uncontainable. The missing, the unaccounted for, their pictures and the pleas that accompanied them were cries for help.
He's my best friend in the world.
He was a great dad and hoping he could still be a great dad. If not, we love you, Roland.
And expressions of hope that somehow, some way, the unthinkable had not happened. There was heroism in the air that day, the way the passengers and crew refused to let the terrorist turn a plane above Pennsylvania into a bomb. The way so many people in the World Trade Center helped their friends and colleagues and complete strangers to safety. The way the firefighters, law enforcement, and EMTs gave little pause to entering buildings they knew they'd never escape. We were numb for weeks. The pictures from the Pentagon, the fire there that took days to extinguish, the hollowed-out field in Shanksville where United Flight 93 was forced to the ground. The pile, the search for survivors, for remains. They said the air there was safe. Those who were there knew that couldn't be true. We watched a lot of funerals and learned over time the life stories of those we lost. And as the accounts of selflessness poured forth, we were inspired. We were in awe. How, we wondered, could they have done what they did? As heinous as those acts of terrorism were, what resulted was the opposite, we think, of what was intended. For a good long while afterwards, it felt like we were a United States. It was a great thing, the idea that there's more that unites us than divides us.
God bless America.
So as the bells ring this morning, as prayers are offered and names read, perhaps we'll all do well to stop and listen and remember.
Invitational. We are live from Freedom Park in Greenwood, Indiana, and in just a moment we're going to have a special opening ceremonies. Greenwood Police, Fire, and Ambulance are on hand as we honor our first responders and commemorate 9/11. The teams at this time are gathering in front of the main tent here at Freedom Park as we prepare to do opening ceremonies. I'm standing next to Megan Martin from Beatball Central as we are going to simulcast the opening ceremonies in both the groups, and then beat baseball action will begin after these ceremonies. Leah Michaels and the organizers from here in Greensburg and the Indy Edge have done a lot of work to set this all up, and I've seen several members of law enforcement and first responders local that have shown up here as we celebrate their service and honor those who gave so much 19 years ago, yesterday, and some gave all. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Dave. How are you today?
Oh, it's beautiful. This is really nice. So I'm going to show my age a little bit here, but we all of us that were old enough to remember where we were that day, 9/11, 19 years ago. I know I was a freshman in college. It was my very first semester at Southern Illinois Carbondale, But everybody remembers where they were. Where were you on 9/11? Do you remember?
Yes, I worked in a remanufacturing plant, and they pulled out the old tube screen TVs, and we continued to watch it, and we ended up leaving early to go check on our families and our kids and any loved ones that we may have known.
Well, I remember it was a Tuesday morning, and we had a Monday night football party and had been up late the night before, which was the usual, and I overslept and woke up late, which was probably also the usual back then, so I had to hustle to get to class. And we're about to start, so I didn't know what had happened.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to our very first Hitters and Heroes Ball in the Fall tournament here in Greenwood, Indiana. The Edge are proud to recognize several people who have been inspirational, especially during the COVID times here in our community. Today we have the Greenwood Police and the Greenwood Fire Department with us, and we're going to just do a quick dedication to them to say thank you for their service. And additionally, we are in a very special weekend with 9/11, and these men and women were the ones running into the building when everyone else was running out. And we thank you. I want to give out some awards to some folks that we have on our team as well. So as soon as we're done, we're going to go ahead and have some of these kind folks throw out the first pitches for us, but right now we're going to start with Lieutenant Blackwell and Captain Harrell. They would step forward. Fire department and the police department, they're going to represent their groups today, and we would like to give you, we have, where's Paige out here? She's coming. We're going to give you all, we have the Hitters and Heroes t-shirts we're going to give you all some to take back. And so you can talk to Paige as soon as we're done here, and she'll give you guys all a shirt to take back. And we also have got you the little mini buntinis from our new local bakery, the Nothing But Cakes. So we purchased, you guys are each going to get 2 dozen to take back to your groups. And they're fresh and yummy. So we just want to say thank you very much for your service and for helping our community. This weekend for the shirts. So we'll go ahead and just give you this one right now. So we'll give the rest to you. And then you got to give them the buntinis. We'll get those. And they all have little flags for you guys.
Oh, thank you so much.
And thank you again for coming out here. We'd love for you to stay by.
Thank you.
All of them? Oh, really? Oh, okay.
No, he's got 2 dozen as well.
These folks say
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you, guys.
we don't see or hear about it most of the time, but most of them have done at least one thing in the line of duty that we would consider heroic.
Next up, if I can have Brian Christian come to the front, please. Brian has been with our beatball team for quite a while. Started out with us with the Extreme. He's now part of the Indy Edge. We're very happy to have him. Brian is a veteran. He's a U.S. Navy veteran. He began serving in 1989 with the anti-semi-warfare search and rescue job. And he served in the stations in the world, including the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan, the Middle East, and the Atlantic South America region. So we would like to, first of all, represent, you represent us well, Brian. And we would like to say thank you for your service and dedication to our country. Brian Christian, U.S. Navy veteran.
Here, here. Brian Christian, player for and assistant coach for the Edge.
U.S. Navy veteran, teammate, and friend. Thank you for your service. We love you. You're Indy Edge fan.
Thank you, Brian.
in the U.S. Navy from 1961 to 1964. He was on board the USS Mauna Kea, which covered the Pacific region, and while on board the ship, Pat was a mechanic, mate, and he worked in the engine room. He enjoyed his time in the Navy, and he left when his tour of duty was over. In January of 1971, Pat joined the Washington Township Volunteer Fire Department, and in July of 1971, he became a paid member of the department. Since that time, he spent volunteering his time to many organizations, including the Special Olympics, the Indiana School for the Blind, Bosma Rehabilitation Hospital, and various mission trips across other parts of the world, and with the RHI Extreme, and of course, our Indy Edge. So for us, we'd like to dedicate Pat this award. This is thank you for your service to our country, for your many years of dedicated career service, and your continued support of us in Big Baseball. Pat has always been right here by our side since we've been playing ball. We appreciate him very much.
You guys have enjoyed.
So thank you, everyone. That will conclude what we're going to do, but we will, before we leave to go play ball, we're going to ask for 4 volunteers from the police and fire department to throw out the first pitch with our catchers. So if our catchers would come forward, please.
And JB.
It's only 20 feet. It's only 20 feet. That's all 20 feet. You can do it.
20 feet apart. So if you guys want to stand here, we'll have our catchers stand.
Just don't bounce it 3 times.
All right, here, Dave, let's go back.
And we're going to have to retreat.
Wait.
Megan is manhandling me as we...
Sorry.
It's all right. Do what you got to do.
Let's.
We had to get
This
out
way.
of the way of the line,
Let's come this way.
line of fire. Oh, we're still moving. I'll follow you anywhere.
We got
4 balls going.
Hey, good to see you. Good to see you.
Is this good, you think, Jared?
Dan, thanks for
Is this good?
Jared.
Yeah, I think we're good back here. I'm Jared.
Hi, Jared. Dan. This is Dan Garcia.
Let's take 3 steps back. Dave, 3 big steps.
We are live, by the way, you guys.
This way a little
So
bit.
now,
Sorry.
as the Thunder
Man, that's a crazy sound.
get ready to play the Chicago Comets here in about 20 minutes.
Ready? Right here.
That guy threw it over.
Woo!
There's one first pitch.
Nope, they did them all at the same
Oh, they
time.
did them all at the same time. Okay, well, there it is. Hey, wow. All right, so... So that concludes opening ceremonies, and I think what I'm going to do
Yeah, you too, man.
is get over to the Thunder Comets field
Move around.
and then either hook up with Lisa on her stream if she wants, or come back on here and get you ready for Comets and Thunder, the first game of the day.
Come by.
Indy Edge and Atlanta Chaos will be streamed over on Beat Ball Central, and then I will be hooking up with Megan and the Edge to stream their second and third games today. But the Thunder are about to play their 100th game as a team since 2016, when they started their run. So we are going to cover the 100th game of the Indy Thunder dynasty as they play the fixer-up, I'll say, fixer-up
Good luck.
Chicago Comets.
Thank you. Good
You're
luck to
welcome.
you guys.
Thank you.
You ready?
Megan, can you do me